All right, gang. So I just happened to be up a little bit early today because I have food poisoning. And Harold from Figure Mania Show sent me this reel taken by NedChang86 on Instagram, which appears to show HIYA Toys' booth over at, I guess, Wonder Festival being set up, and there are already reveals to be had. So we're gonna play through this reel once, and then we'll go through some of the more the finer details. Maybe, maybe it doesn't want to play. Give it a sec. There we go. So you have MECHA-KING GHIDORAH there, King Ghidorah, Millennium, Mecha Godzilla, Beast Glove Kong. Look at that. Zooming in. Shimo, Godzilla Evolved, another Godzilla Evolved, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And then you have the stylist figures, Shimo and Godzilla Evolved here on the end cap. There you go. So, starting out from the top here, MECHA-KING GHIDORAH. I think that some folks assume that this might be the next piece coming down because he shares some retooling with King Ghidorah in the necks and I guess pieces of the tail. But still, like, MECHA-KING GHIDORAH is mostly a brand new figure. And so I am actually quite surprised to see it this early on. Now, there isn't much to see here in terms of paint or sculpt because this is a blurry still taken from a reel of a wax prototype. But we've seen what the original King Ghidorah looks like, and one can only assume that the MECHA-KING GHIDORAH is going to look fantastic. This looks to be a really big figure. I mean, the wax prototype might be a little bit of a size up, so I'm sure that has to do with it. But to me, this almost seems like a power move from HIYA saying, like, yeah, we're going to get to the big characters. I mean, yeah, this isn't just a basic retool. This is most of a new figure in a really large size. So I guess HIYA has no real concerns about shelf space or size of character. I imagine Destroyer Final Form, maybe even Beast Form Biollante is, at this rate, I don't think they're going to be concerned at all. Moving down the case a little bit, we've got Beast Glove Kong here. So here we've got a little bit of a blurry shot of the whole setup, but let's take a closer look. So here he is, Beast Glove Kong, sculpted into the forearm, it looks like, and then, sorry, the bicep, and then continues down the forearm. Does not have the writing on it like the Playmates toy, because I think the final gauntlet in the movie did not have any writing on it. Now, I've just double checked, and it does seem that the head sculpts included here are the same as the normal Kong with the axe. This is actually quite surprising to see to me. I really thought that they were going to do brand new head sculpts as a way of, like, you know, really packing out the figure. I was kind of hoping he would have like a more positive or optimistic face, but it just varies from neutral to more and more aggressive. Is it the worst thing? No, it's not the worst thing. And maybe when the official solicitation comes out, the head sculpts will be different. So that is a bit of a drag, but we do have the Beast Glove Kong here on display. Assume the solicitation will come out closer to the time of the Kong with the axe, but there's no way for me to know for sure. Interesting enough, there is a new Godzilla Evolved sculpt on display. I think anybody would have guessed that there would be a spiral heat ray version at some point, and there definitely will be. But to me, well, first of all, there's no beam here, so it's not the heat ray version. And to me, I don't know why you would do a gray prototype for a beam version if you already have the normal version. Right? So to me, this suggests that this is a new sculpt in some capacity. It is a little bit larger than the Godzilla Evolved that's already on display, but we don't have any details at this time. And so maybe hopefully someone who's there and able to talk to the booth is going to be able to share some details, but it does appear that there's a new sculpt. Maybe they're already saying, yeah, here's a 2.0, you know, with all the improvements of the final movie CGI or something. Or I shouldn't say some, Michael and Harold and I have been talking, and maybe this is in the ultimate line, like the light up one from San Diego Comic-Con. Really hard to tell. There's not much detail here that we can see, but it does appear that there's going to be a new Godzilla Evolved sculpt. And then finally, this isn't new, but it's Shimo on hind legs. So that's always fun to see. So I mean, overall, this is whack, right? Like, oh my gosh, MECHA-KING Ghidorah, presumably going to be like in the 110 or up range. You've got your Mecha Godzilla on display. You've got the Godzilla Hokkaido version is due soon, and you have a gray prototype on display. So that's interesting to see. I think there's articulation cuts in the Mecha Godzilla, which we may not have seen. It's hard for me to remember. You got the heat ray version of the Hokkaido version painted up, so that looks cool. And yeah, Beast Glove Kong got all the alternate hands, which is nice. I really do hope that we get the alternate face sculpts here. And then whatever is going on here with this new Godzilla Evolved sculpt. I'm sure as people take time to look at this and analyze it, they'll be able to figure out what's going on here. But in the meantime, we're going to wait for maybe better photos and better footage to come out from Wonder Festival. So that's going to be it from me. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are you most excited for? MECHA-KING Ghidorah, Beast Glove Kong, this new Godzilla Evolved? Or are you most excited for what this means for the future of the line? More MonsterVerse, more classic Godzilla, bigger characters. Let me know, and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, guys. Take care.